I can't see myself ever play against Liverpool. That will make me sad. Yeah, I would love to stay until last day of my football.
Salah stays, boys. It's exactly what we all wanted, right? This is the news we wanted to hear all season long, all summer long, all the way up until this date. And then with Virgil van Dijk's news coming out shortly after that, it was pretty clear that he always wanted to stay, and that he wanted to be a part of Liverpool's long-term history. But there was also times where I think he was being honest in the media and was saying that he was unsure, and he wanted to stay as long as FSG wanted him. And I think FSG actually gave in to fan pressure here. I think Edwards actually gave in to fan pressure here. But it worked. It worked, guys. Everybody who put the pressure on the backroom staff to get these contracts done, it worked. And I think the Trent news coming out also helped a little bit in how negative the reaction was on that. Now, time will tell if these contract extensions actually make sense and they actually are going to help the team move forward. But it looks like VVD is probably going to get a 2-year extension as well. And I'm seeing a lot of people calling them centerpieces of a rebuild. And I don't think that's what this is, right? I think this is FSG finally listening to, a majority of the fan base who wanted those contract extensions for those two players and giving it to them. 2 years is no time to build around a core or a backbone around these two. They've been the core and the backbone. I think this is more of them being told, we're going to give you one more contract. We want you to hell successors in the meantime. Bring up young players that could potentially be heirs to your guys' throne. We want you to be a part of that. I think that's what's more this is, right? And FSG finally listened to you guys, to you. So fan pressure, giving in to fan pressure was not on my bucket list for FSG this year. And I think the only reasoning as to why they signed these contracts now as to earlier in the season or in the summer, like most people are saying online, is because of exactly that. They were I don't think they ever were planning on actually renewing any of them. I think Trent was a big possibility, and it's pretty obvious because I think they're even putting in another contract offer for him before he eventually decides to go to Madrid. I think that one's a done deal. I think he's going to Madrid regardless. But Liverpool are actually pushing really hard to try to get Trent, from what I'm hearing. I'm no reporter, of course, but I think these two getting deals was more so of a let's give Arne Slot some quality pieces to continue to have into next season instead of a complete rebuild. Give him leadership in the team, players that are respected. And I think it also helps in the transfer market, right? I think this helps a whole ton, especially because players want to play with great players. Players want to play with their idols. Center backs want to play with VVD. They respect him a whole ton. Wingers want to play with Mo Salah. Attackers love Mo Salah, right? So it's a really good thing. I think this is more of a positive than it is a negative. And even if the fall off comes, because there will be a fall off in quality with these two, it's a matter of time. Right now, they're at their peak of their powers. Right now, they're playing some of the best football that we've ever seen them play, barring the last maybe month or so for both of them. But I mean, 50 something goal contributions for Mo Salah. VVD still is looking like he's still 29, 28 years old in some of these moments. I think it's a smart move overall. So I think this helps Liverpool more so than it hurts Liverpool in the long run. But let me know what you guys think down below. And while you're down there, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you love this type of content. We'll talk a little bit more about these contracts as news continues to roll out. Obviously, it was reported by Fabrizio Romano and a bunch of other credible reporters. But once we see them holding up that jersey and the announcement comes out, I guess we still kind of have to hold off with some of the excitement. But it's looking good. Now, the question that I think we all are kind of having now after the news is broke is, how does this affect the summer going into it? It could go both ways, right? Like I said, players want to play with great players, but also having them at the club, it can pose a little bit of a problem, right? Having older players that maybe don't think that they've fallen off is always a huge problem. We saw that with Henderson. We saw that with Milner, where they want another contract after the gimme contract, and they still think that they're the best players in those positions. I'm really interested to see if VVD and Mo Salah will be a little bit different when that time comes, because the time will come, because I would love to see both of them finish their careers at Liverpool and maybe even get one more contract, maybe another year, maybe 2 year, and then have them retire 36, 37 years old at Liverpool. That would be the dream scenario. Give them both statues at Anfield, and I'm gonna be a happy man. Have them be coaches, have them be mentors, have them almost start earning their badges a little bit as things kind of go on. And maybe we see VVD in management. I don't think we see Salah in management. I don't think he's, kind of that vibe, but it'll be interesting. I think the club is in a really good place right now. But does this eat into the summer transfer funds is the main question that I'm having. And it will. It just will. It just will. And that's just the fact. Salah will more than likely get a raise. VVD will more than likely get a raise. So the key now will be finding heirs to their thrones on good wages in the summer. That's going to be the big key, right? And the first players that come to mind for me is Dean Howson and Franco Manstantano. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Manstantano. I think we'll get it down if we sign him, but they come to mind right away. These are two players that have potential to reach world-class levels, and their levels, honestly. He's a serious talent, and this Franco kid looks like maybe, I don't even want to call it. No, he's not Messi, but he looks good, right? Left-footed, comes in off that right wing, can play as an attacking midfielder, has an eye for goal, fantastic dead ball shooter as well. Both of these players could be 70 to 80 million together, which we could see both of them come through the door in the summer. I'd be super, super happy with that. With Franco getting mentorship from Mo Salah, who seems to be open and willing to give anyone at the club mentorship. And of course, Dean, who has already told everyone that he idolizes VVD, coming in and being able to get minutes under him. But let me know what you guys think of the deal. Are you happy? Are you on the fence? Are you kind of in between? You're not sure about this whole thing? For one, I know that Mo Salah is one of the best players to ever play in the Premier League, and probably our best ever Premier League era player. And that's just the fact. He is. He is a special individual. And just like I said at the beginning of the season, for players like this, like Mo Salah, like a LeBron James, like a Kobe Bryant, you make exceptions for those things. Do they backfire sometimes? Yes. Even Kobe's situation backfired. He was coming off a torn Achilles, and then they gave him a huge contract, and it was hard for them to rebuild. That's my big fear, that something like that happens. We give Mo an extra 50K a week. He's on 400 now. We give VVD an extra 50K. He's on 300, 250, whatever it might be, right? And now we have no room to actually build for the future. That's a trap I don't want us to fall into. But I also want us to keep the best players in the world. And the Discord, somebody made a really good point in the Discord, is we're not sure how, in this market especially, if Edwards can keep this up of finding deals, right? Here, there, and everywhere, and selling, and not even selling really, right? Letting them go for free, and playing the money ball approach. It looks like things are changing a little bit with Edwards. This is a prime indication that I think Edwards' strategy may be changing. And that makes us more unpredictable. And it makes me really curious about what actually will happen in the summer. Because I didn't think they were going to get contracts, because that's just not their thing. But here we are. They both got extensions. They're not getting pay cuts. They're getting raises. So changes may be on the horizon for this Liverpool team. Let me know what you guys think. Give him his dough. He shoots his bow. Give him his statue. It's Mo Salah. Loyalty at its finest. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you fuck with me. If you fuck with this type of content, please subscribe to the channel. I'll leave you guys with this. This one got me really emotional. I enjoyed it the whole time. Don't forget, we got the Mo Salah in the background. For people who think I took down the Mo Salah jersey, it's still there. But I'm going to leave you with this little clip. You guys have a good one. We'll see you on the next one. See you this weekend. Let's go, boys.
Salah like 15 meters.
He can get pace.
Imagine he gets pace against me. I'm finished.
And to talk about Mohamed Salah, is one of the best players in the world.
And try to be, you know, I try to reach that level.